Okay, so we're back, and this time we are going to be customizing our chat to make it really stand out from the crowd and make it very special and unique so that nobody else is going to look like we are and we're going to stand out, okay? So as I said before, what you're going to want to do is come over and look at your theme, okay? So the theme that I usually use is comic because that was the closest one to what I wanted, and then I was able to adapt it to get really something that I felt really fit me very well. But what I'm going to do for today is I'm going to show you something that I think actually also looks really, really cool. And that's going to be in Minecraft Compact is probably the closest. So we could look at Minecraft Boxed here. Okay. And that looks okay, but I'm going to do mine in Minecraft Compact. Okay. So Minecraft Compact basically gets rid of the box. And it's going to look like this. All right. So this is what Minecraft Compact looks like normally. You're going to see it down here. Okay, so we can kind of see that chat. That's not very exciting. That's kind of boring, right? So because I really want to make this more customized and fit my style a lot more. So I'm going to do that, and it's going to look really nice. Okay, so I found two resources that really helped me out, and I'll leave the URLs for those in the description of the video. Okay, but we're going to go to those right now. And these are both from the Restream support pages. Okay, so the first one here is right up here. You can see it at the top here, customizing Restream chat with CSS. And CSS is, if you were to open your browser, it's this part down here. Basically, it's this code area where you can add some coding. So what it says to do is it says that we are going to go to our Restream channel, okay, and I could open that up. All right, and that's going to open up my Restream here. And this is basically the exact same thing that I had before with the embed and the appearance, and it's got all my settings right now. Okay, and then what it's going to do is we're going to have to hit Control-Shift-J, or if you're on Windows, or Option, whatever that symbol is on Mac. And then we're going to go to the static folder, the CSS folder, and the chat embedded themes CSS file. Okay, so we're going to come over here, hit Control-Shift-J. All right, that's going to open that up. Come over here to sources, and then static, CSS, and this channel chat emblem themes thing right here. Okay, and then we can see this @import thing right here. So what you're gonna do is just grab all of it and then just copy it. Okay, so just copy the link address, or just copy that right there. Okay, I'm just gonna hit grab it all. There we go. I'm just gonna hit Control-C to copy it. Okay, and then after you're done with that, you're gonna want to come, because right now what it's going to do is it's going to display it as just one long line of text. It's going to be really hard to read. So what you're going to want to do is come over to this site over here, all right, and then you're just going to want to paste it right in there, CS formatter, and it's going to have all this. It's going to format it for you. And I would highly, highly, highly recommend copying that again, Control-C, and then pasting it into a file like this. And that's what I did, is I just pasted the whole thing. And you can see this is 79 pages of code. So there's a lot to go through here, and that is why I highly recommend pasting it somewhere else. Okay, because what we're going to want to do now is, now that we have this, we can figure out what we can customize in our specific theme, all right? So since my theme is Minecraft Compact, I'm going to type in Minecraft, all right? And all the names are going to be hyphenated. I'm just going to look for Minecraft right now, and if I hit find, it's going to find Minecraft Boxed. Okay, so that's the other theme that's Minecraft-based, but I want Minecraft Compact. So I could either scroll down until I reached it, or I can just go to Minecraft Boxed, okay, and then it's going to bring me down here. So now I can find all the things that I can edit within my theme, all right? And so we have message item, the platform wrapper, icon platform wrapper after, icon platform message sender. So if you have a coding background, this is probably fairly easy to figure out. But if you don't have a coding background, this could actually be kind of difficult to figure out. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through what I did to make my chat a little more interesting. Okay, so the first thing I did was I wanted to change the message sender. Okay, or I wanted to change the font, actually. That was the first thing I wanted to do. And the font that I liked was actually the font that they had from Comic. So if I went back and looked for Comic, okay, it's going to go back to the top, and I can find the font is right here under the first one, Bangers Sans Serifs. Okay, so Bangers Sans Serif, I can remember that there. And then I would go back to my Minecraft Boxed. All right, go to the end there, boxed, and then you can see the font family is a different family here. Okay, so I would change that to, so basically I would just copy this, okay, and I have another file where I've already done all this, okay. So I copied the file over, and then I just changed it to the bangers one, okay, and then I went to the icon platform. So the icon platform here is, if we look at the original, thing here, you can see when it refreshes, you can see that there's going to be a little icon behind the Restream thing. Okay, it's got like a little Minecraft icon. I didn't really want that. So what I did was in the icon platform, all right, icon platform here, basically what I did was I found, there it is, done here, icon platform, here, okay, and then I just basically set, here, and it says, you know, the background image, and it sets what the asset is. Okay, I didn't want that asset, so I just basically set background image to none, as you can see. And I also got rid of the border because there's technically a border around it, so I set the border to 0, so there's no border. It's still the same color, but it's set to 0, so you won't see a border around it. Okay, and then what I did is I went to the message sender and the message text. So the message sender is going to be, if we come back over here and refresh again, the message sender is going to be this part over here that tells you who sent it. Okay, so it tells me that the chat came from Restream. Okay, and this part is the message text, basically what the person is saying. So that's the sender, that's the text. So what I did is under the sender, okay, if I go over here and find where it said message sender, it's got all these things, you know, the text shadow, the margins, the padding. You only need to change the things that you want to change. So you don't have to copy over the entire code. So all I copied was the text shadow, basically, and the color, all right? So what I did is, because you can see that there are other things where it'll tell you to change the color. So you can experiment around. So sometimes you can do this. So I set the color, and this is an RGBA. So this is red, this is green, this is blue, and this is your opacity. So 1 is, you can see it completely. 0 is invisible. 50 is you can, you know, halfway see through it. So what I did is I set the red to 255 max, and then blue and green are 0. So the message sender is going to be red, and this one, you can also do it this way. You can use this is yellow, basically. All right, so this is another way you can set color. So this is basically 255 red, 255 green, and 0 blue. So basically it's going to do that. And if I did this right now, okay, so I'll copy this over, and I'll show you. We're going to do another browser. Okay, let's come over here first. Let's get a second browser so I can show you the differences between them. All right, so I'm going to have to copy that over again. I'm going to move my first chat over there, and I'm going to create a second chat. Okay, we're going to name it browser 2. Copy this again. Okay, so here are my 2 chats. Okay, and basically you can see it's the same thing over here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over, copy this, okay, and just paste it down here underneath. Okay, and I'm going to delete for now the shadow parts, the text shadow, because I haven't explained that to you yet. I just want to show you how this is going to look. Okay, so we're going to get rid of the text shadow part. All right, and now it's going to refresh, and we can see that the font has changed, the Restream.io has changed, and the chat has changed as well. So now I got my custom font, and I've got my custom colors, and that's nice. But I really want it to pop, and that's where these shadows come in. So basically what I did with the shadows here is I created a shadow, made it 2 pixels. Okay, so the first one is X, the second is Y. So the first shadow is 2 pixels to the right and 2 pixels down. The next one is 2 pixels to the left, 2 pixels up. The next one is 2 pixels to the right, 2 pixels up. And the next one is 2 pixels to the left, 2 pixels down. And the next one is 3 right, 3 down. And the next one is 4 right, 4 down. Okay, and each shadow I set it to, and then this one tells you basically how much blur you want it to add. So it's going to tell you how many pixels the blur is going to go out. So if you set it to 0, it's just going to have like a very solid look to it. If you have like a 20, it's going to blur out about 20 pixels. All right, so this is going to create a very solid line. And then I set these to 0, 0, 0, the RGBA, so that's going to be black, and it's going to be completely opaque, so you can see it All right, so now if I copy this and add this, so this one is going to be added to the message sender, and I have an identical one that is added to the text. So if I do that, go back over here, all right, and then go into my browser, and then right here under no, that's the background image. So right here under the message sender, I'm going to paste that, okay, and I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to paste it again. I'm going to click OK, and now we can see that it's going to pop a little bit more because it has that little shadow on it, okay? So doesn't that look nice? So we're going to wait for this to fade out real quick. And while we're doing that, I'm going to show you the second site, which is also very, very, very important. So the second site here is, we can close down that because we don't need it, close down this, is, oh, I don't have it here. Oh no. Okay, well, let me just open up my files for you here. Let's see. And I have them saved, and like I said, I'll include them in the description for you. So that's the second one here, custom embedded chat skins for multiple scenes. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and I'm going to open up this new tab over here. And this is, again, from Restream. So basically what this says is you take your chat token, okay, and your chat token is this little buddy right in here, okay, this URL thing right there. That's your chat token. So what you're going to do is you're going to add things onto the end of that, and that's going to allow you to customize basically all the things like your theme or your alignment or your message opacity or your chat opacity or any of those things, okay? So for example, let's say that I don't want my chat to time out anymore. My chat keeps fading away. See, it's gone now. You can't see it, okay? So I want my chat to stay up forever. Maybe, you know, maybe when I'm playing a game, having it fade away is good, but if I'm doing, say, a news stream, it might be good to leave the chat up there because I probably have a dedicated space for chat, so there's no point in having it time out. So we can, or hide messages is probably the easier way to do that because I can't set timeout to 0. So I'm going to hide my messages and I'm going to set that to false. So all I need to do is come over here, go to the end of my token, just hit and, okay, and then I can just hit hide messages equals false. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set it to hide messages equals false. Okay, and I believe the M on messages needs to be capitalized. You need to make sure your format is correct, otherwise it won't work. Okay, and then now if I click that, it should refresh. And now this is going to stay up forever. It's never going to go away. All right, it's just going to stay right there. Okay, and I also might think, hey, you know what, this is a bit, you know, maybe on one stream this font size is good, but I want to make it bigger for the other stream. If I go into here, into my chat, and I change it here in the embed stream, if I change, say, my scale here, it's going to change it on everything, which means if I want to change it back, I'm going to have to change it back and forth and back and forth and back and forth every single time. So like I said, my chat is always set to comic, okay? So if I have my mine set to comic, and then I were to refresh this and refresh this as well, you know, so if I refresh both these streams, you know, it's going to look like this right now, comic, which is not what I want. So what I'm going to do is I'm also going to do, oh, sorry, this is the one. I'm also going to go here to, and theme equals, what is it? Minecraft dash compact. All right, and then we're going to add the last one, and hide message equals false. So now that I've added all that, okay, so we can see that it's going back to the way it was before. Okay, and a way that we can test this, we'll wait, this is never going to time out, but a way that we can test this is if I say, go over here and say, hey, test it out. Okay, type that in. It's going to pop up here, and it's going to pop up here. We're going to see this one's going to fade out. This one's never going to fade out. It's just going to stay there because I set that to it. All right, and then finally, the last one, I want this one a little bit bigger, so I'm just going to go to the end here and hit and scale equals, I'm going to say 300, because mine's set to currently 150, so if I hit that, okay, then it's going to bring it up, and now it's a lot bigger. Okay, and now I have my chat there. Woohoo! All right, and now I have a custom chat, and it looks nice, and this is very unique. All right, nobody else is going to have this chat. I've showed you guys how to do it. Feel free to pause the video at any time and use this one. This isn't the one I usually use, so you won't be cramping on my style if you go ahead and use that. So, yeah, I hope that helps you guys out, and I hope you understand how to customize your own chat and make it look nice and neat and pretty. All right, guys. Hope you had a great time, and I will see you again later. Bye-bye.